there, everybody. This is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero. So glad you joined us once again for Rift's The Face of Evil, our Rift's actual play. And yeah, we're quite a ways along in this story. It's a meandering story. That's the way role-playing games should go, because role-playing game, if it was all scripted, it would just kind of not be fun. So how's Teku, Golgi, Vahilo, DT? How are you guys doing?
It's hard to believe it's been as long as it has been since we played last.
Yeah, it's been a month. Real life sucks.
Yes.
At least the weather's nicer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
True. All right. When we last left, you guys were in Luke's hometown, and his father had just left to go converse with the Atlantean elders. He had a heart-to-heart with Portland, and Portland went into some meditation. And we're actually going to jump quite a bit ahead in time here and do a little bit of, do it a little bit different. Sir Luke, your stomach is, you're just retching. You feel hands on your hair, and you just empty the contents of your stomach into a bowl that's being held in front of you. You look at your hands; they're small, like you remember them. You're only 5 years old, and the bandages on your wrists still white, but blood seeping through them as you're racked with terrible stabbing pain in your arms. And you wake up from this memory laying in a bed with someone stroking your hair again. You're an older person now, right? You're a grown man. However, you still roll to the side, and someone is there with a bowl to catch your vomit as you empty the contents of your stomach again. You have taken... Let's do this. How much have you taken? We'll even do it fair, like, why not? You've taken 21 SDC damage. And your body is racked with terrible stabbing pain. You can't hold down food. You're nauseous and weak. You can barely walk. Your speed is reduced to 3. You only have 1 action around now and no bonuses of any kind. You're useless to the world, but the backs of your forearms are now bandaged and bleeding through the bandages after having received the new tattoos that you've been awarded. Your father had received approval from your clan's Atlantean council. You are in a pyramid on an island in the dimension of Oceania, and your mind goes back to standing before the council, retelling your tale of what you've done after joining the Cyber Knights, how you shunned the offer of cyber armor to be able to maintain your Atlantean heritage with your tattoos, how you have done valiant acts and are now currently pursuing a terrible evil that could threaten not just Earth, but other dimensions as well. They granted you the tattoos as a mark of your valor and your pursuit of the Atlantean ways, even though you have gone down a different path, down this earthling path of Cyberknight. And yeah, you have your memory flits to the alchemist strapping you down as they begin the procedure of adding the tattoos to your arms. One, a knight in armor, and another, a large double-handed flaming sword. These two, you were told, would assist you on your way. Hello.
So in real life, I have numerous tattoos, and I've never had to do this. So I'm presuming it has to do with the fact that they're magical, and there's a little bit of a different process.
Yeah, yeah. You don't. I'm pretty sure the tattoos you've received in real life wouldn't be able to turn into a sword.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
pretty sure they're different.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never tried.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me know how that works. If it does, that's really
Well,
cool.
that's pretty
And
fucking cool.
I know you should like go on TV or something with that. Like check this out. But yeah, these are different than the usual. Oh, I forgot to roll 2 dice. Sorry. I forgot to roll 4 dice. Oops. Let me do. Let me.
Oh, so I'm even worse shape.
Yeah, I was reading the wrong spot on the chart. You got to take an additional 12 damage.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you've received a magic weapon tattoo and a power tattoo, just like you did when you were 5 years old, when you received your original marks of heritage. Your clan has, for centuries, lived since the fall of Atlantis, lived in the dimension of Oceania, which is a limitless, infinite dimension of ocean with small islands, none of which are bigger than the largest islands in the Hawaiian archipelago. And that is where you have been brought when your father returned after seeking counsel. He took you and your friends to Oceania, and that's where you stood before the council and received your tattoos, and where you now recover in a dimensional pyramid. And the
And
largest.
who's the person?
Sorry,
Who's the person with me? Who's the person with me?
I was just a nurse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tending to you. Yeah, you are in the city of Navitol, which is built on an atoll reef in the middle of an endless ocean. For the rest of you, this place is well, most of you have never been off world, and so this place is very interesting. You have had more time to kind of encounter it as you wait for Sir Luke. The dimension itself is, like I said, limitless. It is. What can I say? The water is different. It's not like the water on Earth. It's more acidic and more salty. The Atlanteans here purify it using magic so they can drink it. But the sea creatures that you've seen breaking the surface of the water are unlike any creatures you've ever seen in bodies of water that you've encountered. Some of them gigantic crocodile-like creatures, aquatic dinosaurs, various types of amphibians, some birds that you see that dive very deep and launch up out of the water into the skies. The sky is a more purplish blue than Earth, and the stars are different at night, certainly. However, like Earth, it is a dimensional nexus. There are ley lines that glow at night and race across the surface of the islands and go deep under the water of the sea. Portland, while you've been here, you've spent a lot of time with Luke's father. He has had plenty of conversations with you, and
Kind of the
learned.
son he always wanted, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, he said you're so much less a disappointment than I know.
Hey,
No,
hey.
you're sure you're not Atlantean, Portland? No. Yeah,
Wow.
but no, he himself, well, he tells you that he says, when I came to Earth centuries ago, it was in turmoil. I couldn't help but help the humans who were in a very dark age. Men who were learning how to harness magic formed the first ley line walkers. And I realized, like Luke did with the Cyberknights, that I had to stand with this new fledgling band of men and help guide them, I suppose. So I too wore the garb that you wear and learned the ways of walking the ley lines. One of the things I think that you need to learn, though, Portland, is how to make use of those lines to the benefit of your party, to the benefit of your friends. I know that you've already stood by them through quite a bit, but you have enough potential to help them achieve their goals more quickly.
I'm all about expediency.
Good. I'm going to teach you a spell, and that spell is a very powerful spell, one that needs to be used judiciously and not to your own ends, but to the service of others. It will allow you to harness the power of the Nexus to basically move from Nexus point to Nexus point to any place that you've encountered, any Nexus you've encountered before. It'll come at great cost, but it will, less time will be spent running into trouble, I guess, that could end up preventing you from accomplishing the good tasks that you seek to accomplish. And so he begins to instruct you over the course of Sir Luke's recovery here, in the spell of what's it called here? What did you have? Rift teleportation. And what that allows you to do is that allows you to open up a rift, not a dimensional rift, but a rift at a ley line nexus that will dump you out at another ley line nexus that you know. And that will enable you to travel much faster.
Sounds good.
It takes some time to learn, over the course of a few days. The degree to which you've learned it, however, is still imperfect. When you cast this spell, unlike the spells that you figure out yourself every level, when you cast this spell, you need to roll a 20-sided die, and depending on how high or low you roll, you may very well succeed in casting it. There are 2 failure options. If you roll too low, you fail and lose all the PPE. If you fail moderately, you just fail and don't lose the PPE. And if you succeed, what happens is that you get a +1 bonus the next time you have to roll. Every time you succeed, there's a percentage chance that you figure it out for good, right? You've mastered the spell and you will no longer need to make this D20 roll. So that starts at 10%, and then every success will add 8%. It's almost like a skill roll. So that's what happens when you learn a spell from somebody teaching you, right? Your knowledge is imperfect, and so until you've actually used it enough times, there's a chance of failure.
Okay.
So he busies himself instructing you, and he provides you with medium leyline walker armor, so the stuff that you wear under the robes. And he reminds you not to deface the garb, right? Don't deface what men have fought in, died in, and lived in the defense of others, right?
Will do.
Senate, you are a curiosity to a lot of the Atlanteans. Atlanteans have the same instance of psionics that humans do, but you are an extremely powerful psychic, and those Atlanteans that you encounter here that are able to see your aura and the like, and sense psionics, they are enamored with your psychic ability, or at least the power that seems to emanate from you.
And as they should be, I think.
Yeah. and they're quick to befriend you and want to. They're interested in your what you've been able to do and things like that. And an older man, he takes you aside and says that Senate, you've been provided with a great gift.
I don't doubt that for a second. Not for pretty much a single second of my life since receiving it.
There's a great temptation with these gifts, to use them for one's own glory.
That is very true, yes. But don't say with great power comes great responsibility. But I have a responsibility to serve those around me, I think.
That's good. That's good. I'm sure you've noticed by now that your technology stopped working when you came to this dimension. And certainly it was one of the first things you noticed, that your environmental armor stopped working after you stepped through the portal. Likewise, all of your electronics don't work at all. It's like they have no power source whatsoever.
So did I just start suffocating while wearing this environmental helmet?
No, because it does have ventilation. It just starts getting very hot and stuffy. Like, you just take the helmet off, and but it just kind of went right. Like the minute you got through the rift, and you're like, what the hell? You took the helmet off, and it's not working. But that goes for all of you. Like your weapons, anything, your vibroblades don't vibrate. None of that stuff. And he says, I've had my opportunity to travel, and what I've noted is that various dimensions, they operate on different physical laws. In this dimension, energy doesn't flow the same way as it does on Earth. And it made me realize that if we're going to be traversing dimensions, we can't rely on technology. Interestingly enough, your people, the people of Earth, since the coming of the rifts, have developed a fascinating sort of technology. And says it started in North America, a merging of technology and magic they call techno-wizardry. And I worry, Senate, that you rely heavily on technology even though you have this great power. So that sword, for example, is of no use here.
Well,
But
I'm
this
sure it still functions as a sword.
Not like this one. And he takes a small sword hilt off of his belt, and it is just literally the hilt of the sword with a small ovular kind of cross piece and a leather wrapped grip. And he just kind of closes his eyes for a moment, and a blade of flame shoots up straight, and it doesn't waver like you would imagine a spout of flame would do. It's in the shape of a sword. It's almost as though the core is blackened metal that's been charred and heated, and it glows hot with flames kind of and heat coming off of it. And he says, this is just powered by magic. Right, and he says, your sword, well, I don't think it would fare very well against this here.
No, I don't think it would. And I'm kind of looking at that flamey, glowy sword, because that's real neat.
Yeah, and he just turns his wrist one way and the flame is gone. And he flips the pommel around and hands it to you. You have this one. It'll serve you better than it serves me. I don't travel like I used to.
And I'll slowly take it and sort of give it a cursory look over, and then look at him and say, "Thank you." Is there a particular method to using this?
Oh, just go with your intuition. You'll be able to channel your inner strength into the device, and it will function. It will do what it's designed to do.
Well, upon hearing that, I will definitely aim blade away from user and also old man,
Yeah.
and then give it a shot.
Yeah, and sure enough, the same sort of thing. Out of the small slit in the pommel, this blackened, flaming blade extends, and you can see that the blade, if you look at it, you can see through it. It is translucent, but it's probably solid enough to hit as well.
And it's putting off like a significant amount of heat.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know that your hand, however, is protected in some way. It's not.
Yeah. And I will again extinguish the flame and look at the older man and get really thankful about the whole thing.
Yeah, and it says, use it for the good of others, not just for yourself. Luke is a good man, and I'm sure that he's put his trust in you. Don't waste that. Don't waste the trust of good people.
And I'll kind of nod stoically.
Yeah. So it will cost you, I believe, I put it down there on your sheet, 28 ISP to activate. And it lasts,
That's a lot.
but it lasts for quite a while.
So this is powered with ISP?
Yep.
Neat.
And it has a duration, so when you activate it, it lasts for a little while.
All right, 10 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah. Most combat's not going to last 10 minutes.
No, I'm just thinking like I could definitely start cooking an omelet in 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, and you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, so.
But I'd have to make a ton of omelets to feed Luke, apparently. So
True. So you better get cracking.
that's it.
Yeah, here all week. Yeah, it'll do, and you had to add the 1d6 damage from your fencing, so it'll do 5d6 damage. And of course,
That's
anything
a little
susceptible
bigger than the
to
other sword.
anything susceptible to fire damage, right, would obviously would be
Melting.
susceptible.
Yeah.
And anything that's resistant would obviously get its resistance.
Well, thank you, as yet unnamed kindly old man.
Yeah, and you learn his name, and I don't know, we can call him, I don't know, what's a good Greek name?
Orpheus.
There you go. Orpheus.
I
And,
feel like I'll make a quick note of that.
Yeah. And, he himself, you learn is a mystic, which is both a user of magic and psionics at quite a high level, but intuitive about them both. You guys can enter into all sorts of great, deep conversations, because, that's what mystics
In
do.
the future and knowing things that we shouldn't and freaking people out with that information.
Exactly. Lex, what would you do in a brand new dimension that's basically you're on an island with nice beaches and ocean? What would Lex do?
I think I'd want to go exploring.
All right. Cool.
Just see if there's anything that interests my nose
Yeah.
that I want to go towards. Maybe, I mean, how you were describing that water seems pretty good to maybe like jump in and splash around.
Yeah. And you do end up kind of going, your nose, you can definitely smell the sea and the fish and things like that, and you make your way down to the beaches.
Maybe if somebody, like, I don't know, if somebody throws like a stick into the water, and I'll run out and get it.
Well, yeah, true. The upside of having your own opposable thumbs is that you can throw your own sticks too, which is yeah. But as you're kind of getting frolicking in the water like a a good dog would. You notice that when you come back to the beach, there's a woman there, and she smiles at you as you're coming out of the water all drenched.
I'll just kind of look at her and kind of say, "Can I help you? Was I doing something wrong?"
And she just smiles and says, "No, I heard about you. You're the dog that Luke brought with him."
It appears that way.
Yes, they tell me that you were engineered, that you're not a natural being.
Well, that's correct.
And she kind of tilts her head and looks at you and walks over to a small rock and sits there. She says, "Do you dream?"
What do you mean? Do you mean that, do I dream while I'm sleeping, or do I have things that I want to accomplish, like dreams?
Oh, the former. When you sleep, do you dream?
I suppose I do. Don't normal dogs do that?
Yes, but being engineered, I thought I would ask. I don't know how much like a normal dog you are, or how much like a normal man you are.
Well, I've never been a normal dog, and I've never been a normal man, so I don't know if I can help you with that.
That's fair. That's fair. You seem to be... Well, you seem to be a good friend to Luke.
Well, I try to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes, from what
we're all just kind of, found each other, and I'm just trying to stay out of the eyes of the coalition.
Yes, I've heard. Leonidas told me that you left them. And she kind of looks at you, but there's something that's troubling you more than that, isn't there?
Like what?
Like this evil that you and Luke are trying to destroy.
Well, evil is always troubling me. That's why I left the coalition. I felt that what I was being asked to do and the way that I was being treated was evil.
Mm. And she kind of keeps looking at you, but almost looking past you. And she says that I'm afraid that you haven't been gifted with the same length of life as men.
Well, it's all got to come to an end at some point.
Yeah, it's a shame. But
I've probably outlived many of the other dog boys that I was created with, simply because of the fact that I chose to go on my own.
Yes, well, you've certainly taken your life into your own hands, which is admirable considering what you're choosing to do with it. Lex, I want to give you something. And she kind of reaches into a small pouch that she has, and
I'll take a few steps closer.
Yeah, she takes out a band made of white crystals that are knit together with copper and silver and gold wire. And she says, "This is more ancient than it looks."
What is it?
It's a crystalline band that has the ability to harness psionic power. And whatever they did to you, that's what they bestowed you with. It comes from another dimension, from a time long, long past in that dimension. It was given to me by another sad creature before he, well, maybe I won't talk about that, but I'd like you to have it because I think it will bring you some comfort and it will protect you, because the sort of valiance that you have shouldn't be wasted and should be protected. It's called the Defender. That's the name that it's been given. Or at least in Elven it's called, and she says Defender in Elven, but I don't know if you would know that, but yeah. And
I'll reach out and accept it.
yeah.
And I'll just say, so do I wear it around my neck? Is it a necklace?
And she nods.
A
Yes.
collar?
Yeah, a necklace. Collar.
Okay. I'll put it on.
And when you put it on, you can feel that the crystals are flat against your fur, right? And as you kind of move your head, they work themselves under your fur to come into contact with your skin. And she says that you just need to reach out with your empathy and connect to it, and it will reveal itself to you and what you're able to do. And so, in activating,
how do I connect to it? What do you mean? It's already connected to me.
You literally use empathy, the psionic power. Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah. And I won't make you pay for it at this point because this is a bit of narrative. But when you do that, the band reveals sort of how you can use it, and you get the sense that it is what she says it is, an artifact of psionic power that will shadow you from those that might harm you. You understand how to operate it in the sense that if you put ISP into it, it'll allow you to shadow meld, which is the equivalent of the spell of the same type. But also, you understand that there's something that just kind of feels right about it. It's not that it feels poorly about, or like you don't. It sets you at ease, I guess. But also that there's more about it to be revealed in time.
Okay, so I'll thank her for giving this to me.
All right. And she says, "You're welcome, Lex. Help Luke. Use it to help people. There's far too many terrible things in this world that need to be stood against."
On that note, how long do you think Luke is going to be
Oh,
needing to be here before we're able to go?
he'll heal quickly, but the effects will linger for a few days. And with
So we're here for a few days.
well, you're going to be here till he heals.
Right.
And Luke, you are. We'll jump back. Luke, you're healing, and you already heal quickly, but you are in a pyramid, which means you heal even faster in a pyramid. So, what's your normal rate of healing? It would be on your character under your abilities.
Oh, let's take a look. Where would that be? Oh, there.
Yeah. So your normal rate of healing is 2d6 plus 10 SDC per 24-hour period. And when you're in a pyramid for a day, you heal at twice that rate. So give me 4d6 plus 20. Let's see how quickly you heal.
46 plus 20. All right. 4d6.
That's
Oh,
44.
no, that's good. Yep, sorry, wrong one. Yep. There we go. There you go.
All right. So there's 46 plus 20 is 33. So after the first 24 hours, you'll get 33 back. And what did you end up losing? You ended up losing 33. So, cool.
How much did I get back? Sorry.
You get it all back, 33. You lost 33 when I rolled, and you just gained 33. So after 24 hours, your SDC is the damage that was done from receiving the tattoos is recovered. However,
I'm still feeling the effects of it, though, right?
yeah, hold on. So 2d4 plus 4. So you, for 6 days, you're lucky that's the lowest possible amount. For 6 days, you will, you will be at half your attacks, half your speed, and half of your bonuses for 6 days. So you're minus 1 day already. So 5 more days, and you will have you will be back to full. But you are able to get up. That first 24 hours is the worst. You couldn't hold down any food, you couldn't walk, anything. And now you're at half strength, basically. And so, the next day, well, I mean, the first day you were there, that's kind of when you got settled and they gave Luke his tattoos. The second day is when Luke was recovering, and now you're slow and you're aching, but you're not disabled and damaged. And so that's when the 4 of you are brought back into the middle of this pyramid, and it's very much of a, like, it looks like a square Egyptian pyramid. It's this big giant stone structure, except it would be kind of looking like what it was like before it fell to ruin, right? This is very high tech inside with crystals and all sorts of things like that, and it's built right on top of a ley line nexus point. And Portland, you notice that you can't sense the ley lines coming out of it, and the energy there. It has harnessed all the energy and redirected it. The pyramid itself just radiates magic, but the actual ley line and stuff, until you get right up close to it, you don't sense all the energy that's there. So this is some sort of Atlantean technology that allows them to harness the power of a ley line and the ley line nexus point. And there we go.
All right, so is there's Dad.
Yep. And with him, that morning you're invited for breakfast, and with him is the woman that met you, Lex, on the beach. And Luke, you recognize that as your mom. And she gives you a hug and kind of examines your tattoos, and she smiles. All healed up already.
Well, it seems to be. It always is pretty awful the first day, but after a while, it's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be heading back to Earth as well. However, it seems that the 4 of you need to head back to a different place than we do.
Yeah, we're going to be, I think, going to Relic.
And Leonidas says, yes, that is where you'll have to head to. Unfortunately, I've never been there, but I think you have all passed by the Nexus near Relic.
Yes.
Which means, Luke, that you yourself are familiar with that, and you can use this place to bring you and your friends there.
We will probably do that very soon, actually. When are you guys ready to go?
Okay.
I guess not.
I'm ready. We can have that.
Sorry, I was still muted. Yeah, no,
they like to be on the beach, I guess.
this has been a
I
rather nice
love
vacation.
being on the beach with your mom was pretty good.
Oh, you met my mother.
Yeah, she gave me this collar.
Oh, do I recognize the collar? Have I seen it before?
No, you've never seen it before.
Oh, cool. Yeah. By the way, Mom, are you okay? Dad told me about what happened.
Well, yeah, yes. They were never able to make it to me. I made my way to the ley line and then was able to phase away. Your father drove them off. Then I
All right.
came here and I met with the elders, and that's how I learned the news of what had happened with the Araman clan and other clans, about how our numbers are being targeted by these assassins.
Yeah. One way or the other, I guess as much as we can, keep me in the loop.
Well, it sounds like you have other things that you need to take care of first.
All right, yeah.
Perhaps he's related to this problem that is facing us. We don't know the
Possibly.
source, but it seems to be coming from Atlantis. And we do know that on the east coast of the Americas, the Atlantean, the Splugorth have established colonies for slaving. So if that's where you're ultimately headed, then perhaps they're related.
Yeah, well, I guess time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess, yeah, I guess we'll be going then.
All right. And
Good to see you.
yeah, and they
Thank her for her hospitality.
yeah, she gives you a hug and a kiss on the cheek, Luke, and she wishes you all well, and your father as well. He gives you his blessing and wishes you well, and says, now make use of the energies of this place, Luke, to open up the portal to where you need to go.
All right.
And you should have the ability to make use of operate dimensional pyramids. This
Yes.
is one of the things that you have there.
Operate dimensional pyramids. So Ultra Atlanteans base skill, 25% plus 5% per level of experience. So I should be at 5, 30, 40%? Yeah.
It should be
40%.
yeah, it should be on your skills.
Yeah.
Operate dimensional
Yeah.
pyramid is right there.
There you go, 40%.
Yep.
All right.
And so, you got a 40% chance of doing it right here. And yeah, you begin to think back to when you were taught how to use the pyramids back when you were you just turned 13 and they brought you here, and you're you remember all the difficulties of the instruction and the like, but now you have had time to reflect on it, and you've got
All right.
your chance here.
Let's give her a whirl.
Mm-hmm.
Submit and no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, major whammy.
Yeah. And you have some difficulty moving the energies that are in the pyramid, and you haven't lost them. You haven't expended the energy that has been captured by the pyramid, but a portal begins to open and then quickly closes. And and try again, son, says your dad.
All right. Let's give her another whirl. Jesus Louises.
As you curse in front of all the people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've always been bad at this. Okay. One more
All right.
time.
Yeah.
3 times the charm. 3 times the charm.
So it'll just quietly give a thumbs up.
I could do it. I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. Oh man, I'm getting closer.
Yeah, and your father says, "Well, you are bearing the burden of fresh tattoos," and he says, "Perhaps take a rest. Your mother and I will see you again, son." And
Okay.
he kind of just reaches out with his hand, and Portland, you can see the energy kind of flowing in the pyramid here, and he opens up a small line appears in the air, and it slowly widens. On the other side, you can see the road, or well, the woods nearby, and nearby Luke's parents' home, and he and your mother step through the portal, and it closes behind them.
See ya. I gotta look at the others and go, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna try again.
Listen. I'm not gonna say your parents were disappointed, but I need to get something to eat.
What? Okay, trying again.
All right.
Why is this so hard?
I don't know, but it's awfully entertaining. Anyway,
You know that most recent Apple commercial where the father's has the new iPhone and watching his kid try to break that piece of wood, like constantly chopping at it, and like just starts off in the day and it goes into night and talks about the battery, and this kid's like pouring sweat and just failing over and over again.
Shut up.
I feel like we should have asked. I feel like we should have asked your mom to bring us to Villa.
As far as stats go, which stat dictates how long I can keep this thumbs up going?
that would be your physical endurance.
Did it! Did it!
Oh,
Okay, first of all, no one saw that, so you might have cheated there. I think I have to roll again. Given a side
Oh,
table, I don't even know.
That was on the side table.
how do we know that? How do we know that isn't 83, not 38?
Because it clearly says 38.
Or 830.
You're welcome, by the way.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
All right,
Give me that
so
stink.
all right.
How long did it take for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fails?
Yeah.
Okay, but the point being is, it was eventually successful.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're
sure.
learning
Alright.
together.
Exactly, and I jerked it twice since I've been here, so let's keep going.
So that's 5, and your dad also used some of the PP. So you did have to wait for a little while here, because it replenishes PPE only so quickly. But it's only a matter of minutes between your attempts here as you try to open it. It costs 1,000 PPE every time you try to open up a portal like that. But it is able to recover 100 PPE every 15 seconds. So it's really a matter of minutes between, and it's able to store a 3,000 PPE. So, when your father stopped you, they waited for a little bit, and then he opened up his portal, and then you had to wait until the PPE replenished in the pyramid so that you could do this as well. But you have opened up a portal, and
I really wish they could have seen that.
yeah, one day.
I feel like they
One
wish
day,
they could have
yeah.
seen that too.
That's
However,
true, too.
unlike the portal that your father opened, whereby you could look through it and see the destination, this portal simply opens to basically a swirling mass of blue energy. Now, you can only keep a rift open for 60 seconds per level of experience. So for you, it's 4 minutes total.
Right, let's hit her. I'm going to pass through.
Okay.
All right, and I'll nod to all the remaining Atlanteans.
Peace out.
Oh, I don't like that you're rolling.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. Oh, I
There's
don't
a
like
lot of rolling.
that. I don't like that either.
There's a lot of rolling.
All right.
So we're 5 kilometers away from the target destination and 11 kilometers up.
No, but so who goes through first?
Me, I'm going
Well, you're
first.
you're the one holding the portal open, right?
Oh, okay. So
So
I can't. Yeah.
who's the brave soul venturing into the swirling, glowing blue mist?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Senate, you step through.
Note the confidence.
I hear it. Yeah.
I'll follow Senate.
Okay, Lex, you're in next. Portland, you're third then. And Luke, you step through. And
Boom.
you step through, Luke, and you guys you move in, and it's almost like the sound is muted now, and you're in a spot where the there's roiling kind of dark blue clouds with blue lightning shooting between them. There is no ground, and your sense of up and down is lost. Senate, you went through first, and what you can see is that in the distance is another portal similar to the one that you stepped through. And you're soon accompanied. You look behind you and you can see Lex walk through the portal as well. But when you look over your shoulder, you see that Lex is kind of walking sideways through this space, whereas you are upright. And Portland follows shortly after, but it's almost as though the whole place is rotating, and each of you enters in on a different plane when you step through the portal into this limbo space. And soon Luke steps through as well, and you can all kind of just hear your heart beating, dun dun, right? And there's lightning bolts that are flashing, but they're not making any sort of crashing sound. You can see the exit across the way. What do you do?
Head to the exit.
Yep. Start approaching, I suppose.
Okay.
Move towards the exit.
And you know that you're only able to keep this open for a matter of minutes, Luke.
Yes. So we're hauling.
Yep. And you run, you see, you look up, Luke, and you can see Senate running above you with his head pointing down toward you as he runs on a different sort of plane. Another heartbeat, dun, dun, as you guys race toward the portal. You look behind you and you can see the portal that you came through is getting smaller, but it doesn't seem like your distance is hard to understand here. The other portal is getting larger, but it seems like you're not even running anywhere, as there's no scenery to pass you by or anything like that. And dun, dun, your heart beats again as you run for the other portal, it getting larger and larger. Lightning strikes the portal and it opens wider, again almost soundlessly, as first Senate you dive through, followed by Lex, and then Portland and Sir Luke. And you step out, falling to the ground, because which way is up is really hard to determine here, but not on the place that you end up stepping through to. Gravity reasserts itself, and you almost stumble out of the portal, roll, and get back up to your feet, each of you as you come out, brushing the dust off of you. And immediately, Portland, you know that you are on a ley line nexus. Same with you, Sir Luke. You are standing, on a ley line nexus, and there is huge amounts of PPE coursing through you all now. You look behind, Sir Luke, and there is an open rift still there behind you.
Okay. So we need to get down from this, right?
You are on the ground. You
Oh,
are,
okay.
yeah, you are standing on solid ground. You are surrounded
Okay.
by what seems to be forest. There's no leaves on the trees. There's snow on the ground. It's cold as well compared to the dimension that you were just in. It's a stark contrast.
Do I need to mentally close the gate, the portal?
Yeah, and you try to, and you realize that it is stuck. It won't
Oh,
close.
oh, that's probably not a good thing. Huh.
Yeah, that might not be great.
I'm kind of out of ideas. I don't really know what to do with this. It's never happened before.
Maybe
First time.
maybe a leyline walker can, I don't know,
Yeah,
magic.
Portland. You want?
I'm just gonna vaguely gesture and be like, magic this thing.
Yeah, if you want to give it a shot.
Just curious, am I still eating that barbecue I got earlier?
Quite possibly you brought some with you as you
Alright.
came through.
Yeah, I would do it, but my hands are like, look at them, saucy.
Really?
No
That's what you're
Atlantean
going
wet
with.
naps. Yeah.
Look at my hands.
Lick them.
You licked them.
The fuck? That's weird.
I'm gonna hold my hand out toward the portal and slowly
If you
close
hold
my
your
eyes.
hand, if you hold your hand lower, I'll lick.
Oh my god.
Let's wait for it. But I'm gonna hold my hand out and close my eyes. Stand there.
Maybe I'll smell your groin after.
Yeah. And then when nothing happens, I'll be like, "Oh right, I'm not magic, so really this isn't at all my domain." So
I mean, maybe it'll close on its own.
I'm here for sarcasm and
Probably
inappropriate comments. Right now, we're at sarcasm.
Well, how did you open it?
Well, I blah 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 blah. I explained to him the process that I used and how it doesn't seem to be working in reverse.
Yeah,
You do the hand gestures in reverse.
well, but you would imagine, Sir Luke, that it's because you're no longer in a pyramid, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you were using the pyramid to do it. You don't actually have the ability to do it yourself. So,
Does he say that to me eventually, or is he just?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you just say so the first
Well,
time?
I did, but apparently barbecue. Anyways, I can't seem to close it because pyramids.
Because pyramids. Okay. Would you like me to close it for you?
Give it a shot.
all right.
Can I even close it? I don't even know. I'm looking at my things here.
I mean, it might close on its own.
There is a spell that
I am looking. I know I'm trying
do
to
that,
figure
but I
out
don't know if you. I don't know if you have that spell.
I know the spell you're talking about. I don't think I have that spell. Can I just try then? Because I don't think I have it.
But what do
It's
you?
fairly irresponsible for us to have just done this without a manner of resolving it.
Well, what is this they? What is this they? Like
Why would the Atlanteans send us out here without a way to close the door behind us?
Exactly.
I mean, it's got to close on its own. We could just walk away and just assume everything's going to work out okay.
That is extremely irresponsible. of you.
Yeah, that's wow.
I mean, I'm just saying it's an option. I'm saying we should.
Does this qualify as magic for the purposes of a lore check?
Well, yes, it does.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Then I could determine whether or not we should close this.
Likewise, lore dimensions would also apply if anybody has that.
Oh yeah,
but-
maybe I'll do that because I think I got that. Lore dimensions.
I do not have lore dimensions. I have lore magic.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right. Lore dimensions. Jesus Christ. Are you
That's the
kidding
name of
me?
the spell.
Jeez.
I think the
No,
dice
he's-
are mocking me. They're making
No, he's safe.
they're mocking me.
Yeah. So you both know I guess you should have lore magic as well, Portland, right?
I have lore magic, but not lore.
Yeah, lore. Well, it would fall under lore magic. Yeah, that's what
Okay,
Senate
sure.
rolled.
I have lore magic. Do you want me to roll it?
It might help you guys with your situation.
Do I get any situational modifiers here?
Nope.
Right. I did not succeed.
God, we suck.
All right. So
Nope.
what you all know is that dimensional travel is not without, not without its dangers, and that there are some rifts that have opened that have never closed.
Cool. Well, let's just walk away then.
Yeah, it's
Now,
great.
now
Yeah. hope
some
nothing
of those
comes out of this
rifts.
one.
Some of those rifts that have opened that have never closed, Lex, you would probably know this just being part of Coalition. You've heard the tales of the Devil's Gate rift in St. Louis that opened when the rifts first came to Earth and fused with the St. Louis Arch and continually spews forth terrible horrors onto the Earth that the Coalition spends a great deal of resources destroying as they come through the rift. They basically set up like a base at the mouth of this rift to destroy anything that comes through it. So an open rift is not necessarily a good thing. And rifts are not necessarily stable things either. They can change what they're connected to.
So this is
Bad.
likely problematic.
It could be
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. This is a
Yeah.
great idea.
It's not great.
Yeah. This is fantastic.
Well, I mean,
Man, I really
what could possibly
hope
go
that
wrong?
you take responsibility for this later.
At least they got us to the right place.
Is there someone in the relic that could maybe help us?
I have no
What's a
idea.
whole city full of people? There's probably,
Yeah.
and they do have magic users in the city.
How do we explain this without making it seem like it's obviously our fault?
I just pointed the guy whose fault it actually was, and he takes
Oh,
responsibility.
I would admit it. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
I know you're not gonna lie. You should take full responsibility for any chaos that happens throughout that thing.
I don't
As a-
think it's.
As a noble
Chaos.
knight should.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's chaos. I think it's just we just have to close it.
I also think faster would be better. So, I think I might actually be able to get there fastest with this here jetpack.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
all of your electronics and everything come back online once you're through the rift.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might whoosh my way over to Relic and basically be like, hi, we need an adult.
All right. And so, as you are checking the functionality of the jetpack, now that the power has come back to it, and everything that reinitializing things, Portland, you detect a fluctuation in the rift.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
Might mean something's coming through.
Is that bad?
Sounds
Well.
like it's bad.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you
Alright,
want to do?
so my ley line sense goes off. And I'm like, guys, I think you might have fucked up. Something bad's coming.
And with that, I'll say, all right, I'm going to go get help. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I
and
did
as you say that and begin to meditate, I guess to sense and figure out using your telemechanics on the jetpack, the rift collapses in upon itself, and is just gone.
Problem solved.
You need to stop being so optimistic.
Is it? This is almost worse now.
I don't think it is. I think it's gotten better. I think it was going to close on its own anyways.
I think this is like 3 villages burned down worse.
I don't think it is. I think it's actually what was supposed to happen.
Well, the next time I do something terribly immoral, you let me know.
Well, no. Let's rewind this. What was immoral?
Nothing. We're fine.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
just make our way into Relic. What happened happened, and we couldn't have changed it because
I didn't
we
say you
actually
didn't
didn't
do
do
anything.
anything to affect it.
I'm like next time.
Yeah.
Doing,
We got
Yeah,
got it.
I'm gonna start going to Relic.
Well, if
Yeah,
we
it's a lot
got a minute,
better.
if we got a minute, I
All right.
might have a way to determine whether or not this is okay or not. Because I have clairvoyance that I hypothetically could start checking to see if that's going to be actually, that might even be precognition. See if that's like an issue for the future or not.
If what is an issue?
The fact that this thing just closed up
Oh,
on
the
its
rift. Okay.
own. Yeah. So clairvoyance is more like knowing the unknowable, so I would know if this is something which generally happens with rifts or not. Whereas precognition is seeing the future, so I would know if this is just a ruse and it's actually a much bigger problem.
Right. So what do you want to... Like, clairvoyance is a lot of like the... Like
Yeah, it's probably
knowing what's in a
precognition.
sealed envelope sort of thing, right?
Yeah, this is more like precognition, which is like, is this going to be a problem in the near future?
Yeah. I mean, clairvoyance can also give you the good feeling, bad feeling, wrong feeling sort of thing, right?
Yeah, okay. I mean, that
So
works
it
just
depends
as
which
well,
one.
you know.
Depends which way you want to do this.
We'll start with clairvoyance, I think.
All right.
Good feeling, bad feeling, no feeling.
Cool. All right. And let me just... There we go. Cool. And yeah, so you for what is it? 1d6 minutes
Mhm.
is how long you enter into this sort of trance. And yeah, as you stay near the spot where the rift opened, you get that yeah, you get that sense that everything seems to be okay. Right, you get a generally good feeling about what's going on here. You get a
Nope,
good
that's fine.
feeling. Yeah.
Yep. So because I'm at a nexus, what is the ISP discount?
1d6 plus
Oh.
1 ISP.
Okay. So I need a...
D6.
Okay. So
You got-
2 plus 1 is 3, so
Yeah.
it cost me 1 ISP to do that.
And you'll get it back in an hour. So,
Okay. And I will let them know I have a generally good feeling about this. So we should probably just... And I'll kind of nod in the direction of Relic and start heading in that direction on foot.
Let's head that way. So I'm gonna walk as well.
all right. And so you guys make your way into the relic, and that is where we will leave this episode. Thank you all for tuning in. If you liked this, hit subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment down below. We really appreciate it. Yeah, it's continuing to evolve, it's continuing to unravel, and we're happy that you can be here with us. I'm Magnum Pi, and I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero.